coming, guys. But yeah. Alright guys, how is it going? Welcome to Playing Runescape Properly Series 1 Episode 10. Now that has been a different introduction to my previous episodes, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. First of all, I would like to apologise that I couldn't actually get a 1 hour episode out. I had clips from approximately 4 days of playtime really, that I just stuck together into one section that I could have put into either episode 10 or into episode 10, 11 and 12. Now, as you know, I did ask for a certain number of likes on my last video, and as you can see, it did actually reach that amount. Now, for those that are probably going to say something like, I thought you didn't ask for likes, the reason I normally ask for likes in that situation is because I want to find out, do you want the hour episode or don't you? Like, if you don't want it, you don't like it, but overall, over 1,000 people actually wanted it, so therefore, that is how I did it. So, that's how that goes. But, anyways, just to start this episode off, I have to commentate for about 40 minutes to without actually doing anything, so this is going to be hard for me. I much prefer doing live commentary, but this isn't live, so it's just difficult. So, enjoy the clips at the start, and then just please listen to what I say, and I'll cover everything. So, overall, due to the success of this series, I believe this series is fairly successful, judging by ratings and all that, and that everyone like kind of looks forward to it, and it's just like a huge variety. I don't know, but everyone just seems to be enjoying it really. I've decided to actually try and create a bigger version of the series, and I've actually split it into different parts. Now, for this, I've actually used the word season, so don't leave any things like saying, oh my god, this isn't a TV program on, so blah blah blah, something like that. But I've decided if I split it up into certain parts, you actually know what's going to be going on like each time, so you can like go back and watch certain ones if you actually want to. Then if I actually do this episode for like, this series, sorry, for like a very, very long time, which I probably will, because I don't plan ever like selling my party hats to actually get back into the game with a rich bank. I'll probably be rebuilding all the time. Then I split it up into some big parts, so please, that's what I've done. This is the last episode of Series 1, and I've decided to split up the series and make this the last episode so I can actually start on Series 2, and I will get into that later on. As for this episode, I would like to, well, I just hope you all enjoy it, really. So, this episode is actually quite different to my old ones. You'll see soon, but I actually attempted to go play versus monster. And as I did at the start of the series, I wanted to expand into different areas of the game to actually earn money. So I decided Armadale Boss is actually, as you can probably already tell by me buying certain items, Armadale Boss is actually a boss that I actually have the same offense as a Max Main, really, apart from maybe gear-wise. They may have Void or like Pernix and all that, so obviously they can last longer than me. But overall, Armadale is actually a boss I can actually stay up for a while. Now, I will tell you, I'm just going to give you a heads up now. There is a lot of Armadale clips to come. I split this up. I go Armadale multiple times throughout this series, but I actually decided to split this up as much as I can. But I think I actually recorded the death of every boss to show you every loot. So I don't want people saying, like, where did you get these loots from, blah, blah. I cut it down. I believe the first part of my Armadale boss is I actually record every, the majority of drops we actually get, but it may actually be every drop that I get, which, yeah, as you can see, I started recording, like, every drop that we actually got, so that you would all understand how we got. Now, I could have cut this into shorter parts, but believe me that the next 5 minutes of this episode is just solid Armadale, so hopefully, I can keep the commentary, fairly exciting, but I'm just going to talk a bit about the Armadale boss itself. So I just want to cover the fact that I'm actually doing Armadale as a trio with 2 people with completionist capes. Now you may say that I'm kind of like leeching off these people with completionist capes simply because they have obviously better gear, completed the game, and obviously just can last longer, and obviously I'm kind of like part of them killing the boss with a line of manta rays right there. But I'm killing the boss, like, maybe not as fast as I would do with a normal team, but I've actually got people that are actually helping me. Now, just to back this up, I'm sure none of you are really going to care about this much, and I've seen some comments saying that they don't like it when I apologise for things like this, but I just try to keep everything, so if I tell you everything, really, then it cuts down a lot of comments and all that, but these are people on my friends list, so I'm pretty sure if I was playing Runescape properly, I can ask friends to come Armadale with me, so I believe that's fair. That's the only thing I really need to say. And just for this, we were actually trioing Armadale, and I believe we were actually live streaming this, so you will have seen these clips before. However, the other 2 Armadale trips that I do actually go on in this episode, I wasn't live streaming, but I did actually show the boss easier. But for the second trip, I believe I actually just recorded the clips where I got a drop, and then in the third trip, I didn't record anything except for like whenever something decent happened. But there you go. I actually got an Armadale chest. Well, we actually got an Armadale chestplate split, it was only 2.8 mil, but in this series, 2.8 mil is actually quite a lot, and that was like something that was really nice to see. That is the first split I've had from God Wars Dungeon in a very long time, and I believe, as far as I'm aware, not many Rune Pures, do God Wars Dungeon these days, because most Rune Pures are obviously really rich, and PVM is obviously not what they do. They should be PKing. And while I'm on the topic of PKing, I'm going to go back to the topic that some other people have been saying. So in episode 9, when I recorded it, some people were leaving comments saying that the PK clips were not boring, and that people were mainly watching this series just to see how I actually progress money, and it doesn't really matter how I do it. So just to say, there is a lot of PKing in this episode as well, and I will not be cutting down on the PK clips at all. I just want to say that overall, I'm going to try and put in every single clip. That's just the heads up. I mean, I've done it so far, and I'm going to continuously do it for, like, so far now. As you can see, we get a troll drop here. Runescape, the amount of troll drops we got, oh, horrendous. Like, seriously, that's like, if you get one of these drops, I think we got one where it's like less than 1,000 coins off the Armadillo boss itself. It's like rarer than Hilt or something, or just like on like the same rareness as a Hilt. We got so many of them. It was just, oh, it was just painful. I mean, all these Armadillo Hilt drops that we could have actually got instead of in place of these other drops would have just been like, oh, my back could be like 50 mil by now, so that's kind of cool. But just a heads up, when I actually move on to Series 2, there'll probably be quite a lot of bossing, as there will be a surprise. You'll know, I'll tell you that about the end of this episode, but I'm going to keep it a surprise. As for now, of course, if you want to skip to the end to find out, feel free to, but I believe just watch the episode and it will come eventually. Like I say, I have to commentate for another like 35 minutes to actually cover everything here. But yeah, it should be quite a challenge to do. So, I mean, the gameplay's probably not going to be exciting, but hopefully I can keep you all involved in the commentary, like I said. But something else I want to talk about now. If you're ever getting bored throughout this episode, and you believe that in 1 hour, well, I think this is about 40 minutes, just under 40 minutes long, might be like exactly 40-minute long episode. If you think this is actually too long, then preferably, please, if you do actually turn this video off halfway through, or you skip halfway through to get past to find out where I get to, then can you please, if you don't already skip the 20-minute episodes or something, please can you leave a comment saying that you actually did that, because if there's a lot of people doing that, then yeah, I may cut down on the hour episodes. But as far as I'm going to do this, considering I've decided to split this series up into 2 seasons, I believe I'm actually going to do it where every last episode of the actual season, so as you call it, as I've already said, this is the last episode of season 1, I'm actually going to make that an extremely long episode, something for you all to look forward to. But of course, if people don't really want to watch that long episode, it's kind of going to suck. So another thing I'm actually going to add in as the first episode to the next season is actually a recap of the previous one, where I just turn the recorder on and talk a bit about pretty much what I earned in the last season, then move on to the main one. Now, I know people may say that I'm taking this like way too seriously, but as far as I'm aware, to create a really good video is to create something that you could call professional. If I split this into a proper series, pretty professional, and it should be enjoyable to watch, but it shouldn't be any different to how it previously was. So that is the end of our trip. We got 100 in, how many is that? 103 kill count trio. Now here we go. We've got a lot of herb switches coming up in this episode, so look forward to those. I saw some comments saying that no one cared about the herb switches. There's some people out there that just kind of like those small things. So if you're one of those, then there is quite a lot of it. So is this a good one? It's looking good. It's looking good. It was, well, 2 missed. Nah, it was pretty bad, but well, there's some better ones coming up in the episode, so look forward to those. So I'm not sure what, I think I'm about to go PK now, actually, so I'm buying, whoa. Oh no, not, I thought I was buying Magic Logs to go PK then. I actually decided to attempt to get my Necromancer Rose back, so here's me buying the supplies. As you know, it's cost us quite a bit, so once again, I kind of record this to update you all on how much the costs are, so you know how much money I actually spent on actually attempting to get my Necromancer Robes. So here we go, we're buying the Magic Pylogs. They are like about 3 mil for those, and then I buy the I don't actually know how you pronounce it. I'm just going to call them Fur Shades. I think that's probably the right way. Like, I don't think they could, maybe Fire Shades, actually, it could be those. Like, that's sounding a bit better, but I think the supplies cost me about 5 mil, 5.2 mil, something like that. Something fairly expensive to actually get the rose, but I was alright with that. So I bought the supplies, and of course I live streamed this, so I spent about, I think it was about 3 hours actually collecting my keys by using the things. I think it was actually about 2 hours more like, so it was a fairly long time, but I recorded myself. Don't worry about me recording this, but I recorded myself getting every single gold key. Not just to say, I don't know why I actually did this, but I think just to throw clips in like this kind of updates you all. But I can't exactly cheat the gold keys, so I don't really need to record them. But I'm pretty sure people now know that I don't cheat, so it's all good. I mean, I know I cover that a lot, but that's probably the last time I'm actually going to say that, because I think people, yeah, have realised that I've got no interest in cheating. I really don't see the need in, like, if I sold one of my party hats off camera and then was like, yo, PK'd this guy for a bill, and then I didn't record it, apologise. And maybe in that situation it would look a bit obvious, but yeah, I do try to cover everything that I do so that people actually know what happens. So once again, just going for the thing now. If anyone was wondering what I had a lot of people hop in the live stream asking what I was actually doing. So just to cover again, I'm actually going for my Necromancer Rose back, which is probably the hardest thing I actually destroyed when I was starting my rebuild again. And if you are actually looking for a guide on how to actually get the Necromancer Robes, it's pretty much exactly what I was doing in the live stream if you're watching it. But I do have a guide up on my channel, so if you just type in maybe Necromancer Robes Guide, I think it's exactly that, the title. I don't think Runescape's in there, but if you type that in, you should be able to get a link directly to it. So that's there. So if you want to actually go for the robes yourselves, then feel free to. Now, my guide actually covers it for people that don't have, like, the Mauritania Legs 3 or 4, so This is mainly a guide for Runepios. Now, for those 12,000 swords, I actually got those from burning a fire shade, so I got pretty lucky there. I'm joking, but here we go. So we opened the key. Now, I did get fairly lucky with this. I got some really good items, like I got a Ring of Life there, Rune Chain Body, and all this stuff. But overall, I mean, I used the 10 keys, and I was using a Ring of Life, a Ring of Wealth, sorry, throughout this, so you can actually, well, Dragon Battle Axe, that was nice, a good 100k there. But I was using a Ring of Wealth throughout this, so it did well, it should. I believe Ring of Wealth has been proven to actually improve chances on the Necromancer robes. I'm not 100% sure if they do, but yeah, I mean, you can find out. But here, as far as I'm aware, I think I've done this for long enough now. But here we go, and boom. That's about 2 hours of time there, and I got absolute junk. And I was live streaming this, and oh my god, it was horrible. Yeah, I got myself a lucky Flam Tear Hammer, which I didn't drop right after. Don't worry, I did not drop that thing, so it's a complete waste of an item. But I even sold a Ring of Life. I didn't, sorry, Diamond Ring. Even I didn't want that. But yeah, I made about 200k off that after burning 500 and spending 5 mil. So that was a small dip in the bank, and quite unlucky that I didn't actually get any pieces. But it wasn't the biggest thing. I will go back to try and get them probably in Series 2. So we'll see what happens. So sorry for the bad recording angles here, but once again I go back to PKing. So people may ask, why have I got the 400k there? Pretty much as you saw, he was wearing adamant armor, so I wanted him to get more risk. It was kind of unfair that he was risking maybe 30k and I didn't actually want to fight him, so he agreed to get 400k cash to actually boost the risk up. So once again, for those wondering, I mean, for those that may be upset that the episode was not an hour long, I actually condensed, I should have said this in the start, I condensed down 1 hour and 50 minutes of footage. So this episode could have been that long if everything was 1x speed and I played the full clip. But I did cut down clips like the PKing clips. I cut these down to maybe the last 10 seconds, and some of these clips are about 2 minutes long. So overall, I think that is a fair amount of time to actually cut down. So it's not the biggest issue there. But let's just say that if you want to actually know the behind the scenes of this episode, there is about, I think this is actually 4, maybe 5 days of playtime that went into this episode. I think it's about 5 days of playtime. So you may have seen some of me, well, me doing some of this quite a while ago on live stream, but I finally to go around to a little mall buff there. I don't know why I decided to do that. I just decided to pull my Gmaul out, but then of course I wanted to go for the CVLS because I think my XP drop was higher than expected. So the CVLS is like more accurate than the Gmaul. Although the Gmaul is very powerful, I think I felt more confident pulling out the CVLS. So I'm not actually sure why I decided to go for that. And this is a nice little kill. Look at that. You see that beautiful little one tick there. I was really happy with that one as well. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I got dark buff him, so some nice money here. Now, there's something I actually wanted to try and do, but it doesn't really seem worth the time for the fact that I could get nothing. That's to actually camp Slayer monsters. Like, Slayer is by far one of the best ways, well, was one of the best ways to actually making money, like back in the day. But these days, there's no point in me actually camping things like, if I camped a Dark Beast, if I got a Dark Bow, which would take me a very long time with a 60 attack and whatever I decided to kill it with, it would take a very long time to actually get there. So that was, I just don't think that Dark Beast would be worth my time. Same with Abbey Demons, it just won't be worth my time. I could PK like 5 whips in the time I could probably get 1 whip, so it's not worth it. Ganodemic Beast Tower are worth quite a lot, so yeah, well, let's just go on to the clip now. Judging by the success in episode 9, I actually decided to go back to the Crucible, and now I'm going to give you a small heads up. I went on carnage. This was some absolute murder of the Crucible. It was complete beatdown. That's all I can say. Now, I won't give you any spoilers now. It's a smaller one, but I'll tell you where once the Crucible clips end, I don't actually go back for the rest of the series, but I'll tell you some clips around. I actually decided to put in the full clip here and speed them up, because Crucible, in my opinion, is a lot more exciting than watching PKing, because Crucible requires a lot of, like, understanding and to actually be able to time things almost perfectly throughout it. So like I said in the last episode, Crucible is kind of no on a PKing section. Now, I don't actually know on a PK there. I only know on a back if they're going to start a no on a fight. Now, you may see in some clips I actually run up to them praying. That's because I know that I actually fought the guy. Slow the clip down here. I don't think I do this one, but slow the clip down here because actually my health bar. Oh, never mind, he dies there. But yeah, I mean, he put me on low health. But overall in Crucible, the main thing you need to know is that most people are going to have a Steel Titan, and you need to know how to protect yourself against that Steel Titan. And if they're going to try and pull the Titan towards you, or like try and get you with the Titan, you're going to have to be ready for it. Now, this guy you're seeing here, if you're on the live stream, you probably looked at his name and you're like, oh, here we go. I had this guy as a target 3 times in a row, and I felt really sorry for him afterwards. But yeah, that's kind of a small spoiler, but overall, just watch. I mean, overall, this was like no honor against no honor, but I think it was, he actually had a much better setup than me. He had range, D-skim, Titan, and all that, and he was timing it, so I had to tank one of his hits all the time. And obviously, I only take magic here because I think magic is by far a lot better. But this is actually a really close fight now, and unfortunately, well, you'll see what happens. But I think the main reason I actually win most of my fights in Crucible is because I don't take any other supplies. But look at this, I'm completely out of food. I was probably going to try and escape by, I don't know, maybe I would have frozen and tried to stand underneath him, but luckily he ran away from me first, and I stayed cool. I tried to like pretend that I still had loads of food left and stay confident, especially with the fact that I had Rafa. Now, luckily, I think his Steel Titan shoots me here. Look, watch, his Steel Titan shoots me. I think it was shooting me, or maybe it was him when he died. But if that actually hit me and I died, then I think I can go back in to get my stuff. But I don't know what would happen to my stuff, and I would have lost a lot of stuff. So that was the first fight we had, and I won that one, and it was a very, very close one. But once again, when I got this guy's target, I was fairly surprised I would actually beat him because his setup was way better than mine. And overall, if I was in that setup, I probably would be able to exploit it like a lot, so I could actually be switching perfectly in time and everything, so that there's no way the person would actually be able to fight me with a one stat while praying against one of my styles. Like when I'm maging, they can pray against either the Steel Titan or the Polypore, but if I had range as well, then it'd be good. But this fight went a lot better for me. I did well, a lot better in that fight, and I actually had 4 food left and some brews, and I actually killed him again. Now you can see, once again, I slow it down here. I think I'll show the loot for a well, it's not really slow down. This is like 1x speed, but I think I'll actually show you the loot that I actually get off him. But the loot is quite nice. But the thing, I'll let you see the loot first before I go into this. But yeah, I think he dies in a second. I think, yeah, the Steel Titan KOs him in a second. Like my Polypore would have, but the Titan killed him. So if I actually just open the loot pile, I get a Polypore, which is about 500k, Fungal, which is a mil, and a Black Mask, which is about 1.2 mil. So there's a good like 3.5 mil PK there, which is kind of cool. So this one's actually 1x speed because it went rather well. Let's just say that. But just go back into what I was saying. The reason I really enjoy Crucible PK, now if this wasn't such dead content, or if they actually updated this more, this would be one of, I probably want to drop my bank. I'd probably be in here with max gear all the time, simply because this place, the reason I love this is because there is completely no lag at all. If I click something, it will work for me. Everything works fine, which means when I'm PKing in the Crucible, I can do what I want. Now this fight, as you can see, he was actually praying range against my Titan in melee distance, so obviously it was a very easy kill. I'm not sure what he was doing. I think he just mustn't have noticed it, but if you are in that situation and you're praying the wrong thing against the Steel Titan, I've got full spec bar on my Steel Titan, then it ain't going to end well for you, so that is why he died fairly quickly there. So I kind of skipped to the end. Once again, killing a lower level, but it's either me or him as usual, and I believe he actually, I don't know if he actually almost killed me. I did skip the clip, obviously, but I can't fully remember that. But seriously, they could actually make the Crucible the best content in the game simply because it's an instance world. But what they could do, why not make PKing an instance world? Oh man, just jump the ditch and it hops you into a new world. Now that might be quite annoying for people that might want to use the Abyss or something. Like, I don't know about that, but maybe there should be worlds dedicated to PKing with no lag. If I could PK with no lag, I probably wouldn't have dropped my bank. I mean, you may say, I can PK and lag all the time, and you may say it's a complete excuse, but overall, if I can PK no lag, I have way more fun because I can do what I want, and seriously, it just goes so much well. But as you can see, I actually run out of supplies here, and it's actually a very, very close fight. Now watch this, I get quite lucky here. Watch, he hits me again, I believe, and my health goes down. But I was thinking, I was live streaming this, I had to think, how can I win this fight? So you just have to stay calm in situations like this. And I was like, right, Blood Barrage can boost me some life points here, and switching to Turmoil for defense bonus on the prayer itself would actually help quite a lot. So big Blood Barrage there, it's pushed my life up quite a lot. But luckily I did get the kill right here, so good KO. And he, I don't know if he was I think he was deathmatching me because he just seemed to be a fan. He was watching my live stream at the time. He was flaming me a bit for why. I'm not sure, but overall I think he was frozen. So even if he tried to escape, I think I would have actually managed to kill him. But that was a very close fight. Now here we go, selling the winnings. This is the best part, just how much profit I actually make from Crucible. So here we go, I'm buying the supplies to actually repair all my items. So it's all here, and then I go and repair all my stuff. I think it's all fast forward. It's quite a long clip, but every time I repair one, I can sell these. I mean, you may not think that you make a lot when you get polyprocessed and you don't bother repairing them, but these are actually some huge profit for me. Like, I think the staffs are 600k each, the bodies are 600k each, the legs are 200k each, and it all added up. And the fact that I didn't die in the Crucible and all that, and I killed so many people. But currently, as far as I'm aware now, my Crucible kill to death ratio on the series at the moment is either 16-0 or 18-0. I currently have not died in the Crucible on the series, so that is something really cool for me to know, because if I go Crucible, I feel really confident about fighting people. I mean, even if I fight max mains. Now, I do run from people I have no chance. So if I run into a guy with Royal and Range and Bolasses and Steel Titan, the odds of me winning that fight are practically zero, so I don't see the need of me attempting to kill them when it's more likely going to be me dying. So you could call that a fact that my KDR would actually be running, because I actually run a lot from fights, but I don't mind. Now, my all-time kill to death ratio in the Crucible is actually 63 kills to 3 deaths, and in my opinion, that's a really good kill to death ratio. And I believe 2 of those deaths was actually on a day of release. Here we go, got a herb switch. This is a nice one, and if you thought that was nice, boom, there's a better one later on, so look forward to that one if you're one of those people that enjoys the herb switches. So after this, I believe I go PKing. Once again, you may say that my PKing kind of gets a bit repetitive because I'm always in the CVLS, but overall I was trying to get my CVLS to degrade. The main reason I actually bought it is because I wanted to degrade eventually, so I wanted to use it as much as I can overall. But my PKing did actually vary quite a bit, but we'll see what happens here. So I do actually get some nice clips here. Good Wrath KO there, and just talking about the clip earlier, I did actually get, like, very lucky on his Wrath itself. It was very close to killing me. Now this kill here, oh, it's pretty nice, but it was kind of like something I don't really like, Russian specs. I don't know why I did it, but Dragon Longsword maybe arguably, but big XP drop there. Pretty nice, stacked with the Venge, of course, but Dragon Longsword kill was really nice. So nice whip PK there. But once again, I mean, he did come back saying, I thought you didn't rush specs, and I did. And I did kind of rush my specs there, so that was kind of lame of me to do, and then to not like it. But once again, just to quickly say, I did condense my clips down a lot. This is once again maybe an hour. Like if I uploaded the whole clip, it would probably be an hour of PKing. But I don't actually know my PKing kill to death ratio. I may actually try and add in on this series my statistics, like my all-time statistics or something, while created this series. Like there, I've got my Crucible kill to death ratio, and then maybe afterwards I could get my PK and kill to death ratio. As far as I'm aware, I think I'm on maybe a 7-to-1 kill to death ratio PK, and that's staying till death. I'm not 100% sure. A lot of that was boosted with a polypod, but I'd have to go back and look over some of the clips I actually get. But I'll do that if people are real interested. I probably will actually do that when I do my recap all. Because overall, if I can tell you my kill to death ratio, I can tell you all my boss drops and all that, and just keep you a full behind the scenes to the series. And maybe I can update some people who don't really want to watch videos like this. Like you may not enjoy watching a video like this, so I could actually I don't know, like there's some really nice clicking right there. Get the Vengeance, Soul Split toggling, beautiful kill right there. Once again, it's just that moment when I'm out of food, I'm like, oh god, must survive, boom, get the sharks first. Like if you don't go for the sharks first and you try and kill him, then yeah. Now the worst situations when you actually have absolutely no food at all and you are actually like kind of like about to die and you have nothing to survive with and there's no food in the pile and you just want to loot it and get out. I think the situation to do that is teleport to the bank, grab as much food as you, well not as much food, some of the food you can and just run back because that's just being safe. And I actually get absolutely murdered here. I did go for a risk Venge KO. Now watch this, I actually get killed quite badly. 389 risk, get the Venge in there. He Venges my Bolt Rack, and obviously he must have got like a big XP drop on the cannon, so even if he didn't Venge, I think I would have died there anyway. But if I got to him with the CVLS, maybe would have turned it around, could have been a double death, we never know. So yeah, now this is the clip, this is one of my favourite clips of all time. It's the amount of things that I do. Like, I think I have fairly fast actions per minute on the game, but if you actually understand how much things I actually do here in such a short space of time, like, I rewind this, but you actually, how much I actually click there looks so good. So I slow it down here, so let me just actually get into the clip. So I'm watching all the time for my XP drop. Now, as soon as I get this one, I Venge, I take my legs off, I wield my seat, well, in the wrong order, I just said there, but I get a Wrath on as well, just in case he was Venged my Iron with double death. I mean, I really just don't know how I actually managed to do all that. I mean, just like looking back on these clips, it looks so impressive, but when I do it live, I don't know how I do it. I really just don't. Now, this is some more carnage right here. Just this guy, like, once again, I think this is the, I don't even know, but I mean, 120 XP drop, run to get into the 1-tick range, then bam, 284 XP drop. That was almost a 500 there, so that'd be quite, I think my max with the CVLS at all time was 536. I don't know, I think I did it once. It was definitely not on the series, but yeah. Anyways, getting into a fight with this guy. So, I mean, you may watch, you may watch the series, but I actually win so many of my fights. Like, I condense them down. I don't cut deaths out at all throughout this entire series. I think I cut 3 clips out where I killed one person and died twice, and I don't really know where those clips are, but they weren't in my, I mean, I had to edit the whole video before I actually went down to actually, things. There we go, this one's, shout out to a raise here. Look at this. Nice lag spike. That unicorn just in the background looking to fight that Terrorbird. Wasn't happy at all with that death. Just had to go and massacre the tree. I mean, that's just what you do if you're not subscribed to a raise. Then he owes me money for the shout out, but he cuts trees down when he dies in unfair ways. Now, this one's kind of stupid from me. I think I should have got the hit in time. Like, I don't know why my CVLS didn't actually attack. Unless it hit that 0, which it might have done. But, yeah, that's kind of a bit of a stupid death there, but I did try to take the risk and didn't really work out, so that kind of sucks. Now, this guy teleported. He wasn't a DM, but I was going to deathmatch him, and look, it was a very close fight, so that could have ended a bit better. So here, I believe I'm actually buying supplies to make myself some more overloads. So I actually want to do quite a lot of like PVM parts of the game that people haven't actually seen me do often. It's mainly PKing for me, and I know a lot of you have subscribed for PKing, so let me just throw that out there. PKing does come a lot, but things like PVM and collecting supplies, like as you saw, charging orbs at the start of the series, things like that, things that I don't do at all. I want to just do those things to experience different parts of the game. Like, I don't want to be PKing all the time. I really don't mind. I can play this game quite fine at the moment without ever stepping in the wilderness again if I wanted to. I mean, I can go Crucible if I really wanted to, but obviously I do PK a lot because I do enjoy PKing. I'm not saying that I don't enjoy PKing, but that's 50 overloads. But I just want to experience new parts of the game, enjoy different areas, things that I haven't done in a while. Like you've seen already in this video, I went Armadillo God Wars Dungeon, and I got an Armadillo chestplate split. The last time I got an Armadillo chestplate split, probably around 2010, maybe 2009. I really don't know. It was a very long time ago. So yeah, that was really cool to experience. I want to try and experience all these new things I just don't really do in the game. And obviously, when I do them, I condense them down, as like I said, in the clips, so you don't have to experience me doing things for a while. But that's another thing now. I'm not going to cover the live stream thing now before I go into this. But yeah, a lot of people have been asking me to live stream recently. And I live stream when I can. I will live stream as much as I can when I can. But there are parts where there's times I'm doing things I either can't be bothered live streaming or I'm doing other things at the same time. If I'm in a Skype call, I don't normally like to live stream because I prefer not to live stream when I'm on Skype. Now, for those when I was charging my Arabs, I didn't want to live stream that because someone would have PK'd me. And when I was at Armadillo the second time, I didn't really want to live stream Armadillo again because it would have been kind of boring. So here I actually decided to make myself my overload flasks, and I kept some overloads just in case I go dungeoneering. As you can see, we are back at Armadillo. And today, I'm actually duoing here. I'm duoing with a friend of mine, AJS. I don't actually don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure it's AJS Legion. I know it's Legion, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pronounced Legion. So as far as I'm aware, for the following clips, I only show the drops that I actually get. Now, when duoing, normally he leaves his certain loots on the ground. Like, I believe he leaves dwarf reeds because he doesn't have inventory space and all that. I suppose the only... There's another troll drop. That rune kite shield is rarer than a hilt. Seriously? 309 coins? What? I don't know why, but all these items that would have been just like, oh, just... Like, all these hilt way behind. Like, we got 6 hilts. That would have been quite nice. That would have been nice... some nice drops there. So I believe I actually show... I record every time the boss dies. I believe I show the troll drops and the drops I actually get. But you may see me actually have different items in my inventory, so I may pick up from him because he may leave them on the floor. So yeah, that's a different thing. Now, going back to the first Armadillo chestplate split I actually got on the series, I don't know if that was from the boss. That may have actually been from... a minion, I can't remember, but it doesn't really matter. But overall, I only record the boss kill, which means if I actually get a split from a minion, small spoiler there that I didn't actually get one, then I will not be able to record the fact of me actually getting it, but I'll have to record the aftermath. But once again, you know, it can't be faked. But I think it'd be more, it looks nicer if I actually record the boss dying and you actually see the split appear, because you kind of like, it's just like, instead of me suddenly just flicking to a new screen that says you've received the 10 mil of an Armadillo hilt or whatever, you can actually see the boss dying, you can actually see me get it. I think it'd look more impressive than actually getting it. I don't know how rare Nature's Talisman is, but I wasn't really happy about getting it, so that wasn't very good. But yeah, Armadillo God Wars Dungeon, you'll probably see quite a lot of this. It's not really fun to do, but just the fact that if I get an Armadillo hilt, of course it's only 10 mil, not 60 mil anymore, but still that 10 mil is a huge thing that can buy me. I'm not sure that can buy me some Peking supplies for quite a while. I can buy me another Crookfest longsword for if I ever go back. But here we go. We're risking it for the biscuit, and here we go. Trip over. So I decided to try and stay, and I'm like, yes, we survived. And I went to try and get some hedge. I believe I teleport after that. I didn't think I died, but I did a maze here. I got that from a maze. It was an 80% maze. You can see it in the me spamming the friend chat with it, but that was a ridiculous maze. Now, this is something I want to actually talk about here. If you ever see a Kingly or a Dragon Implink in game, join my friends chat and PM me saying that you found one. I can come and get it, and I'll split it 60-40, so therefore I can make some profit, and therefore you can make some profit as well, and therefore I don't think I'm using my subscribers at all by that, because I actually pay you more than I actually make you. Now, I just want to say here, if Addict Aiden, if you're watching this video, I did actually watch this background, and I completely ignored him. I swear I said something like thank you for it, but I actually just didn't, so I do apologize for that. But I definitely did say thank you. I don't know, but I did forget, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I gave him 270k for this, and I think I sold the Impling for, I don't know, I think I actually didn't record it. I think he declined the trade because he wouldn't accept it. I think he declined. Yeah, I gave him it afterwards. I don't know if it's actually recorded, but I want to preferably, if you ever find, yeah, here we go. If you ever find me an Impling, please accept the trade, because I don't want to take the full, regardless of how rich you are, please accept the trade for the Impling, because I want to be able to pay 60-40 out, because that's a good way of me making money. I mean, I only make like 200k for it, obviously, but, well, 200k is a fair amount of money, but I want to pay you for it as well, for actually finding the thing, and then obviously I'm going to be paying you for the time of actually following it to actually direct me to it. So as you can see, going back to Armadillo, once again to try my luck. Now this one I think I cut down everything. I didn't record a single kill because we just didn't get anything. I mean, we were like this is the same day, I believe. All this happened in the same day. Went Armadillo for a while. Now I actually banked myself the key here, because I believe if I ever want to try go next on here, I don't know if I'll ever be leeching. I mean, sorry, not leeching, but if I could go next, I'd be leeching next. I don't know, but maybe I'll try it. So, unfortunately here, my crossbow actually ran out mid-trip, and oh, it was horrible. But yeah, it was kind of, it was alright, because I went and repaired. You can see me now, I'll go and repair my crossbow, and then I went back. He waited there, and we boosted my kill count back up. But once again, when we went back, I actually, simply because he's a max main and Pernix and all that, just like, oh, you can just he can afford, he could stay there pretty much for the supplies we actually use and stay there for so long that I could regate and come back with full supplies and he'd still outlast me. But here we go. This is once again the end of the trip. 125 kill count on top of the others we did. So this is easier, quite a lot more than the trio, but I think I had the wrong supplies there. But here we go. Boss dies and I tried to see just to try and get the job and dead. RIP. That kind of sucked, but it's all good. I mean, he blessed my grave, obviously. I mean, I don't think Armadale's a boss you can get. I think you can get back if you actually bless your grave, but here I protect the items I needed to actually get my kill count back. But of course, I'm actually going to go back and, well, obviously, I'm going to go back and get my stuff. But yeah, I did die, so that's my experience in a while, dying at a good was dungeon boss, but that's so good. But anyways, this is me looting my supplies back, and I decided to stay for a few more kills. I had the supplies too, so we decided to stay for just a few more kills overall at the end of the trip, like, because I mean, I might as well have used the food I had instead of just teleporting straight out and like considering it a waste of time actually teleporting back. So it's taking forever to leave. But yeah, I mean, we stayed for a few more kills to see if we could actually get anything, and once again we actually got extremely lucky, and you do not understand how happy I was when we actually got this. But this is afterwards. I look, Rocktails in the inventory, going back after I died. We stayed 5 hours dry at the Armadale boss, and we got an Armadale chestplate duo, which is 4.2 mil, which paid for all the trips and profited me really well. So I was honestly so happy to actually get that, and I'm sure to once again get a duo split is something really nice to see in the series. So here we go, selling the supplies. I will be going back to Armadale. This isn't the end of Armadale, without a doubt. Definitely not the end of Armadale, but I will definitely be going back there to make some more money. But I will be trying out the other God Wars dungeon bosses. I don't know how well I do against some of them. I don't really see Zami as worth it, but Saradomin, maybe I'll do that because I could range that. Bandos, sorry, I think I'd be leeching because I have 60 attack. I barely hit anything, but I really don't know. If you want to leave me a comment on anything, would it be allowed for me to go Zamak? I mean, I still put the time and effort to go to Bandos to try and make money there, but with 60 attack, pretty much the person I'm during / treeing with is going to be doing all the work for me. So that's kind of I don't know, maybe unfair. But once again, I still haven't broke the 30 mil cash pile. But here, I think, once again, spotted Kingly Impling was found for me. So this is really cool. Now, I think I tried to hide my inventory here because I had a lot of stuff. I had all of Cam's items out, so I didn't really want to show that on the series because, obviously, it's not part of the series. But yeah, I did actually record paying him. Damn, that's bad. Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure I actually paid him. So there's another nice herb switch to go in there for those that are enjoying the herbal switch. But once again, another Dragon Impling spotted. I definitely did pay that last guy though, just to say I remember it quite well. I don't know why I didn't record it, but yeah, another Dragon Impling spotted. So once again, if you're playing the game, if I'm online, just join my friend chat. If you ever see one, follow it, and I will pay you. Yep, I'll pay you 60-40. So you get the 60, I get the 40. You get more than me, but I get profit for practically doing nothing. So here's another thing I like. The fact that I tried to go and make some more money by attempting to find out some more money-making methods. So I tried to do some potato cactus collecting to see how much money this would actually yield. Like collecting supplies, you would consider it a waste of time if you had money, but if you don't have money, it's something to actually make you some good money from. So here you go. I pitted 8 days to do this, but as you can see, there's a bot underneath me, and I logged, beat his PID, and I believe this bot got, well, you'll see soon, but I clicked this potato cactus. It was a very bad bot, I'll tell you that. He didn't talk to me, so I know it was a bot. But overall, I believe for the amount of time I was here, which I think was about 18, 19 minutes or something, he got, I think it was 3. Yeah, he got 3 potato cactuses for the whole time I was here. So when he logs in the morning, he's not going to have many potato cactuses in the van, unless he never logs on the account and does it every now and then for wow. But I mean, if there was no bots in the game, this is one time where I don't really want bots in the game, because what I was doing now, because no one actually would do this in the game, because most people are rich and can't really be bothered doing this stuff, I'd be making much higher profits from this. So I was going to go, yeah, like I said, if you want to add this guy, I don't know if he has private on, but Steel Funness or something, if you want to send some PM, see if he's ever actually active on the game, say, nice bot, yo, I'm pitted or something, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, obviously I got 152k in 20 minutes, so that only proved 450k an hour, so there are better methods for me to do, so that was obviously not the best money from that, so I decided not to go back, but it doesn't really matter. I did make a nice 150k from there. Well, obviously not, that's not much, but I still did it. I mean, it's done with. But now I decided to go and do myself another fight kiln, so something I want to quickly cover now. Some people say, why don't I do the onks for the fight kill? Now, before I do this, I believe this has got to be a record for the fastest wave 28 ever. I don't know if it is, but just watch how fast this is, and then you'll like, this is 1-to-1 speed, this isn't sped up or anything, but this was an extremely fast wave 28. Just watch, it's amazing. But yeah, going back, people have said, why don't I do the fight kiln to actually make money on the series? Now, I'm going to say now, once Series 2 starts, I believe when I get to 100 mil bank, I will start doing fight kilns for money. Now, when I say this, I mean, I'm not going to start selling them again. I don't plan on ever selling fight kilns again to people. I do apologize for that, but what I mean by doing fight kilns for money, I mean by doing it for the onks instead of the cape. Now, believe me, I will be doing a lot of these for the actual capes themselves because I prefer the cape to the onks. But I believe at this stage of the series, to do this and take the onks, that's 5.5 mil made. I did cover this in comments, and it does just make the series suddenly boost. Of course, it is earned money, so it would be legit. But in my opinion, it would just boost my bank too much. So I've decided once I get to 100 mil bank, I will be able to take the onks with the fight kiln. I don't actually know how often I'll actually do it. Really, whenever I get bored on the game and just start to do, I don't know, something quite random and just want to make some money, I could go do a fight kiln and take the onks instead of the cape. But that would be kind of cool. But yeah, I decided not to do it. But in Series 2, I believe I will be doing quite a few fight kilns to actually earn some onks. So as you can see, I mean, just in the time I said that, wave 28 is practically done. I think it took me maybe 1 minute and 30 seconds from the start of the wave, from the first deal spawning to the fact of me killing the last deal. But as you can see, I typed 1:23, but that's because I turned the recorder on fairly late. But 1 minute 23 seconds for wave 28, that's got to be some sort of record. Now this part is all sped up. I decided to put this in. It makes the video longer, of course, and pretty much I believe people mainly want to just hear the commentary. It looks like it's lagging a lot, but I don't really know how that looks to you. I think that's just Vegas for me, just being a peasant. But I was so close to beating my fight kiln record, and to beat it while making the series would have been kind of cool. Now I can't really tell if this is lagging a lot. Now if it is on the video, I do apologize for that, and that's kind of lame. Now my previous record was to my Steel Titan was on 10 minutes left when it was done, so that's 52 minutes. I think it's actually 54 minutes, but that's the fastest fight kill I ever did. So I actually really clicked. No, it's definitely not sped up. Now here I misclicked this Jad a few times. Like, I don't miss prayers on Jads often. That's the only prayer miss on Jad I've done in maybe 20 kilns recently. I can't really back that up though, so that's kind of a made up fact, I guess. But I did actually activate my Major Crystal early because I wanted to try and beat my record. And you'll see in a minute, I do record the boss fight and all that and everything overall, so you'll see how close it really was. But eventually I will try and beat my fight kill record. Now as far as I'm aware, I don't actually know what the fastest time for a Rune Pure fight killing is, but my record is obviously 52 minutes. It might be 50, I think it's 54 actually, but 54 minutes on an account with 40 defense, no void and all that. I believe that has to be some sort of record. But I'd love to know, has anyone like Rune Pure's ever done a faster one than that? I think some Zerkers have, but they obviously have access to the void sets, so I think they would quite easily be able to beat me. If I had a void sets on this account, I reckon I could quite easily do maybe 45 minutes, probably a bit faster than that maybe. Probably could do about, I don't know, I think the record for kilns is either 38 minutes at the moment, which is going to be, I will try and beat that eventually. When I get the time, I have access obviously to a completionist cape account. I'm going to go in there, void set it up, and just power through it as fast as I possibly can and see if I can actually beat that time. I think I can do it because my current fastest kiln is 43 minutes and 48 seconds. I did that without void sets, and in my opinion, a void set would easily cut off about 20% of the kiln, so that's another probably about 8 minutes cut off, just about 8 minutes cut off, so that'd give me a 35-minute kiln there. I think it'd take a few tries. Like, I need to hopefully get some good hits, but I'd take some. I mean, I probably wouldn't even take any brews or anything. I'd just go in straight away, summon in pot, and just Steel Titan spec and completely everything. Like you can see now, even with 40 defense, I take my summoning flasks in because I want to use the specs to speed the kiln up itself, and I don't really need the brews. Now, if I got absolutely horrendously bad spawns that made me almost want to vomit in a teacup or something like that, then that would probably cause me to die at the end of the boss wave, which kind of sucked. But overall, as you can see, I mean, I still got like 2.5 brews left, which is plenty really, but I mean it all does rely on spawns. But of course normally I don't do kills with Blood Barrage, but because I have a great runic staff, I take that in, and overall I think with the Blood Barrage it kind of makes it a lot easier because I can soul split toggle between the Blood Barrage hits and then re-heal my life back. But this is it. So this is the final clip of Series 1, pretty much. Well, there is a couple of clips afterwards, but this is the final clip overall of Series 1. This is the last thing I'll be doing before I start Series 2. So I would like to say now, I really do hope you've actually enjoyed this series. I will try and get Series 2 out whenever possible, so I really do hope you've enjoyed it. And I'd like to thank you all for the amazing ratings on Episode 9. It proved you wanted this video, but like I said, if this video is actually too long for you, then please leave a comment saying so, and I'll make sure that the next episodes to come are all like the correct time and all that. Right, now I actually believe that is actually the first time I've ever stopped recording due to the fact that I had to like something. I think something got stuck in my throat and I was going to cough, and I actually commentated the whole like kiln part of this, like the 5 minutes or whatever, with something in my throat, and I was on the verge of coughing. You may have heard my voice like change very slightly because I was trying to put it off, but that's like the first time I've ever had to pause something to cough. I mean, overall, this isn't live commentary, so I can obviously pause the recording. But going back in, this is the final clip, so really, thank you for watching Series 1, guys. There are links on the end to the first episode of Series 1, if you've actually just watched this one straight off, and there will be a link to Series 2, Season 2, Episode 1, when I actually get around to do it. But 53 minutes and 20, I don't know how long the kill was, but fairly fast. But this is actually the final clip. This is me just going over everything that I have earned overall in Series 1. I will recap this in Series 2 once it is released, and it'd be kind of cool. But yeah, this is what I rebuilt. I don't know how many days of playtime went into the Series 1, but this is what I actually achieved overall in the 10 episodes. So as far as I'm aware, for all I was saying, did I regret dropping my untradeables? I really didn't. What I've done is I've produced a really good series from it, a really successful one. People are completely loving it, and I've rebuilt the majority of my stuff already. As you can see, like Torso, Fury, imbued rings, 2 Tokar-Kals. I don't know, it's gone really well. So as far as I'm aware, I've done a really good job on this series. I've really enjoyed doing it. I don't consider myself poor in the game with a 50 mil bank or whatever. I mean, some people might say 50 mil is poor, but no, I really don't think so. For those saying that the fact that I'm breaking this to seasons maybe kind of like taking it too seriously, I don't really mind. I think this is really enjoyable to do, and I will try and do this for as long as I can. Of course, I will still get PK commentaries out. So yeah, this is about 40 minutes long. I apologise it's not the hour long, but this is like 5 days of playtime worth of clips going in here, and I really wanted to get the video out today instead of. So this is going to take me a very long time to render. I'll give you that as a heads up. So this video may be out quite late, and it may be out. Actually, I'm recording this on the 25th, 23rd of August, so it actually may be out tomorrow because I don't know how long it's going to take to render. But I'd like to say, start of episode 1 is going to be good, and yeah, there's a small surprise at the start of that, which well, I'm going to tell you all now. I will be training attack at the very start of I will be training attack at the start of Series 2, so I will have 70 attack throughout that series, which is going to be a huge change, but that can allow me to branch out into different areas of the game, which is going to be quite cool to see, because obviously I think I just prefer playing the game like I can now and just to just try different things and all that. But PK will still exist, so we'll see what happens, guys. But hopefully 70 attack will be good, and I hope it is enjoyable for you all to watch. But thank you for watching, guys, and my last PK commentary with 60 attack will be out. I'm not sure when, probably tomorrow, but it's actually a dual commentary. So thanks for watching this series, guys, and I'll see you all in the next series.